Good afternoon. Yes, good morning still, LEC community. Today we are here spotlighting another Latinx Educator nominee for 2022 Latinx Educator Awards, Marta Ayala. How are you?
Hi, I'm good, Ivan. How are you?
I'm good. I'm excited to get to know you and yeah, get to know what you're doing in the classroom and yeah. And also it's almost Thanksgiving, so excited for that break. I imagine that you're on break right now.
Absolutely. Yes. So I'm in the Shawnee Mission School District, and we actually get to work to have yesterday and Monday off. So if we have enough parent contact hours, if we put in enough hours towards our own professional development, we get Monday and Tuesday off. So I've been technically off since
Yeah,
since Monday was my first day of break.
yeah.
Yeah.
What are your plans for Thanksgiving?
So we are celebrating Thanksgiving here with my Ayalla side of the family, my husband's side of the family, tomorrow, and then Friday we'll head back to my hometown, Liberal, Kansas, and we'll have like a late Thanksgiving with my family down there. So we're maximizing our break for sure.
Yeah. Uh, a while back when I worked as a recruiter, I got the opportunity to go recruit at Liberal, Kansas. Uh, it's really neat. It's really neat. I also got to spend some time in Dodge City. And also, there's a crowd here in Kansas City from Liberal. I used to have students that were from Liberal, Kansas.
Oh,
So,
really?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know if you met anybody, but I met a few people that are from that area in
very
Kansas.
cool. I think over the
So,
last couple of years, yeah, a lot of people have moved kind of from the Southwest Kansas area and have moved
mhm,
up here
mhm.
northeast Kansas. So yeah, that is cool.
There's also a good community of Latinos in that area,
It
right?
is huge. Yes,
Hmm. Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah. Well, let's start and let's get to know you a little bit. Tell us about your role and then your journey to it.
Yeah, so I am currently an ELL teacher slash innovation specialist, which is just a catch-all term for whatever the building needs me to be for that particular year. So I work a lot with primarily with our ELL students, especially our newcomers, our recent arrivals who have limited to no English. And I also do a lot of reading interventions for our students who need that extra support, who are well
Mhm.
below grade levels. So I do a lot of pull out language and reading groups. And I also have the opportunity to push into classrooms and support teachers and students in the core reading content areas. So
Yeah.
it is a very hybrid kind of fluid role, which I really, really enjoy.
No, I bet it probably keeps things interested and not stale, doing all those different, yeah.
It's
ELL
definitely
teachers are special. I was also an ELL student, so yeah, teachers, yeah, you guys are special. Um, well, you are nominated for Educator of the Year, and I want to read some of the comments that your nominator made, and then just get your reactions after that. So it reads, Miss Ayala has a passion for connecting our school community in a way that I've never seen before. She cares deeply about all the students, their families, and their personal and academic growth. She gives her time and energy to supporting students who need it. Ms. Ayala meets with her principal regularly to reflect on her role, goals, and she's also an aspiring administrator. Marta is an amazing Latinx educator. So, what does that mean to you, or what does it mean to be
wow.
nominated?
I'm trying to think who wrote that. Who would who would say that? I am blushing. That is very sweet.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, that's huge.
Mhm.
As educators, we don't get into the role for fame or money or wide recognition.
Yeah.
It feels good to know that the work that you're doing matters and it's seen, and that's really affirming. So
Yeah.
that's really cool to hear. Love
Okay,
it.
so that person was your principal,
Oh my
the one that
God,
nominated you. Yeah, yeah.
that's amazing. Oh, she's the
Mhm.
best. Um,
Yeah.
she is such a huge advocate and supporter and a great, great role model for myself and, all of my other teachers or other colleagues in the building. So that's super sweet. I love that.
No, you are very yeah, lucky to have an administrator that has seen your work and your value and is willing to put in a nomination for you to be recognized. We all want to be seen, especially for the work that we do and the passion. Well, as you know, Latinx representation in school matters, but what impact do you see yourself having on your students?
So my mother is a teacher, was a teacher when I was growing up, and I was very fortunate to have that representation and that model for me in my home growing up. But I know not every student is fortunate to have that. Not every, brown Latina girl is fortunate to have that.
Mhm.
Um, and I firmly, firmly believe that you can't be what you can't see,
Yeah.
right? If we don't have a teacher who looks like you in front of the classroom, if you don't have a principal, a boss, a community organizer, a doctor, a lawyer who looks like you, it's just harder to really envision yourself
Mhm.
as that person if that's the route that you want to go. So for me, I hope that I am that role model for our students. Sometimes or every year at the beginning of the year, just to get to know my students, we'll do a quick like 4 or 6 pictures about me, and one of the questions is, what do you want to be when you grow up? And for some, it's not a question that they maybe have ever really been asked to think about. And so they're like, I don't know, I can work at McDonald's, or I can,
Yeah.
drive trucks, which is great. I mean, we need, people in those industries as well. But for me, I think my goal is to push them to see past what's 6 feet in front of them.
Mhm.
So, I want them to think, "I can be a teacher, I can go to college, I can be a doctor, I can be," whatever it is that they want to be that they can't quite see yet. So, I hope for um, my students that I primarily work with, which are primarily, Hispanic, Latino students, I hope to be that role model and supporter for them.
Yeah. No, I'm pretty sure they appreciate you. And then you're right. We cannot be what we can't see. So I'm sure that you inspire them and hopefully inspire them to be educators also at some point because we do need more Latino educators. Uh,
100%.
th- there's a comment. I want to show you the comment. Mirta Valdez. She's also a nominee and has been part of our community, and she's showing you support as well.
Hey.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I know that you are really passionate. You are the representation that students need, and we see that through the nomination from your principal. But what keeps you going?
My students and the community that I serve, I like you mentioned in those comments that my principal had shared, I love connecting with our community and bridging that gap between school and home. We know with a lot of our, Latino community, there is a language barrier. There is just all of the unknown factors that come with possibly being in a new country, not knowing the language, and navigating these institutions and systems that are unfamiliar can be a really big barrier to supporting their children as much as they would like. So we put on with the help of many people, the support of our district, my principal, of course, we put on a cultural night. This
Ah,
past October was our second annual cultural night, and it is just so fun seeing the kids and the parents, their families. We've had grandmothers, grandparents come and participate and volunteer to be part of the night. So really making school home, another place that they can call home,
mhm,
because they feel seen and they feel represented and they feel heard, not just through small units of study or through one bulletin board that celebrates 1 month out of the year, but we really strive to make it year long. But that's kind of like our capstone
yeah,
project, I guess, if you will. Like that's our that's one of our big things, and one of the greatest things that I've contributed to. So yeah, a long a long answer, but it's the students and the community 100%.
You're right. I think representation matters for students, but also for our parents. I think seeing Latino educators serves as a point for them to connect and to engage in the students' education. Um, well, I think this is the end of the show, but I forgot. Invite us next year when you do your capstone project. The community. Uh,
Yes.
yeah, we would love to participate and be there present for you all. Yeah, we love being out there in the community, especially in times of celebration. Also,
Absolutely.
one last thing. I heard that you make killer enchiladas. You know, your principal told us that you make amazing enchiladas. So hopefully you're making that for Thanksgiving.
Yes. Well, we had a ton of food left over from our cultural night, and we had like a big bag of cheese. I was like, well, I'll take the cheese home and I'll make enchiladas. She was like, well, invite us. I'm like, well, I'll definitely bring you some. So,
Hmm, hmm.
yeah,
Yeah, no, people come together with food, so that's amazing.
absolutely.
Well, congratulations on being nominated. Stay engaged. We are here to be on your corner and to be part of your team as well. So yeah, any last words before we go off?
Um, I appreciate the work that you guys do. I've talked to Susana a couple of
Yeah,
times and Delia, and I appreciate the work that you do. I actually had a conversation with Delia a couple of months ago, and just in that, 15-minute conversation gave me ideas because I knew there was meaning to what I was wanting to do, and I knew that I had people in my corner.
yeah, yeah,
So that is important to have a group of educators, like-minded educators that, will have your back and that you can go to for other resources. So
yeah.
I appreciate the work that the Latinx community does as well. So thank you.
Yeah.
This was fun.
Okay. Well, good luck, and then we'll talk to you soon.
Sounds good. Thank you,
Bye bye.
Ivan. Happy
Bye.
Thanksgiving.
You too. Bye bye.
Thanks. Bye.